Hi folks, how's it going? I'm Scott's Dragon and this is my top 5 favourite base locations in Aberration. If you enjoy the video, remember to drop us a like, a subscribe and enjoy. Okay, so here we are at location number 5, the Crystalline Swamps. I'll just bring up the map for yous. You can have a look, and the coordinates are there as well, 34.9, 78.9, and we'll step outside and have a wee look. And as you see in front of us, we have a lot of metal nodes. There is teams that do spawn in this cave, also quite a lot of nameless. But one of its good points is, apart from the metal, is that you have access to the surface, which is good for loot drops if you're loot drop hunting. Also, you do have other resources, your fungal wood, not just outside here. But one downfall is you get quite a lot of rock drakes and other nasties about. But Aberration's not a friendly map. So that brings us on to number 4 on the list, the Overlook. Bring the map up and we'll have a wee look. We are at 53.0, 54.8, and we're quite central to the map. Right, let's have a look outside. And once again, we've got plenty of metal nodes around us. It is accessible via foot. It's a long walk, a dangerous walk at that. But you have loot drops spawn reasonably close. You have your water, so you can plumb in your water, which in Aberration, water is a necessity really, due to not having rain. So you've got your other resources as well, your fungal woods, so there's plenty to build with, and also there's plenty of tames about to help you get there. Ankies, mole rats, and unfortunately the rock drakes are following us about. When you want good plate build spots in Aberration, unfortunately you've got to put up with the rock drakes sometimes. So that takes us to number 4 in the list. Okay, so we're at number 3 now, the Ancient Device. It's not a hard one to get to once you realise where we are. We're at 47.3, 13.6, and we'll pop outside and I'll show you where we are. Right. This is basically your starting spawn point, easy spawn point. The only two nasties about here is raptors and basilisks. You have a variety of teams to get you going. There's plenty of resources. Unfortunately, you don't have so much metal here. You do have to travel for metal, but wood, stone, that'll keep you safe here, unless you aggro a basilisk, then it can destroy your base that way. But apart from that, it's quite a safe area. Good teams about, good variety of teams, lots of workers, and there is bulb dogs that spawn up here as well, which is good, having light pets. The only thing I do recommend is you stay well clear of these pointy mushrooms from any of the locations. These ones are the hallucinate ones, which really can kill you. I've been killed many a time with them. And you've got another one, it's frost spores, which I can show you them later on, I think. But yeah, plenty of room for you to build. I suggest building it away from the spawn point, so people aren't spawning in your base. But you can build a rather substantial base within the area that I've picked out here. Which makes that number 3. So this brings us to number 2 on the list. We're at the Mushroom Forest, and I'll just bring the map up, and coordinates. We're at 33.2, 45.4. This is a wee fob I've set up for doing other videos with. So we'll just step outside and have a wee look-see. Right. So we're at a fairly reasonably safe place. You do get Ravengers spawning in just around, but I've just sectioned off a little bit of this area. You can actually build right the way around this main tree, which gives you a really big area. You also have loot drops spawning just outside the gates, which if you were to extend these gates further this way or take them away and just ring around the tree, then you would have the loot drop actually spawning right in your grounds of your base, which is handy. Also you have water. It's away down there, but and it's quite a thing to try and get it plumbed up. This is not an early game location due to you need to have a Ravenger or a Rock Drake to be able to get up to this area. But once you're up here, you're quite safe. It's not heavily with the resources again. You will have to travel for metal. You do have fungal wood, you have stone, but being up here, the only thing that you've got to really worry for is Ravengers, which is not too bad. So it's one of the safer locations. So that's why this is number 2 on the list. So this brings us to number 1 on my favourite base place list on Aberration, due to the fact of this is the exact location that I based on server, on official, on the PvE server. So we'll get the coordinates out and have a wee look. Right, so we're at 50.9, 75.1. Basically, this is not a friendly area. You don't come to Aberration just to stay safe and cozy. Aberration's a dangerous map. You've got to get into dangerous locations to get the goodies, which this is abundant with metal, crystal, and we're talking about the frozen spores, and these round ones here, these are what causes the frozen spores, and they will kill you. You get a countdown and it will eventually kill you unless your health is very high to survive it. But that's what to look for. Don't get too close, but keep away from them ones. The crystal you can harvest, if you've got a hazmat suit on, it's perfect. 90% of the time I would say have a hazmat suit or tech suit on. So around here we have lots of metal and lots of crabs, some of them being alpha carcanos or carcinos, some call them. But these are good for taming. for when you're harvesting your metal. You grab an Anki with one of these and you can walk about there. Fully loaded Anki. Oops, he's coming to get me. And for boss runs, you need Alpha Carcinius parts, its claws. So that's handy if they're spawning in there as well, plus they're good for... This one's determined he's going to get me. He's even jumping for me now. Oh, he's brought his nameless friends. Yeah, so... For boss tributes, you've got the alphas spawning in there. You have... In the water you've got anglerfish, which is good. You've got electric eels. You do get spawning, loot drops spawning in. There's lots and lots of nasties. This is very, very predominant with nameless. You have gas as well. So basically you've got everything you need to survive down here. Also, if you just come this way just a wee bit, you've got this ramp, and this ramp takes you down into the purple zone. If you keep following the path all the way down, it'll take you right down to the rock drake nests and basically into the red zone. So you're quite central to where you want to be, and for Aberration anyway. And also you have a charge node just along here. But the biggest selling point for this is the amount of metal you've got. I had five I think it was, industrial forges full to the gunnels all the time, with dedicated storage, and I had more metal than I needed, and it helped me build on the rest of my maps. So it's a very dangerous, as I said, a very dangerous location. To get here, I actually had a friend drop me off on a rock drake, but you can actually get down here on foot. I don't think I would recommend it. I would recommend setting up somewhere else, building up a bit, or get yourself a rock drake, something that can get you down here safely. But this brings me to number one, my favourite place, because Aberration is one of the scariest maps in the game. You want to be in the scariest location and to enjoy it fully. So here it is, number one on the list. So I hope you have enjoyed the wee tour, the wee video. If you have done, please drop us a like, subscribe. If you want to drop a comment, please pop one in. It's always good to hear what you're thinking. And yeah, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.